everyone, and thank you for being here. We wanted to thank everyone who's donated to the Leukemia Project, and we will be putting on the bank details once again. So thank you for attending the third show of Voices. So we'll start off with Arjun Thomas.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. The thrill of the weary world rejoices beyond the grace. A new and glorious fall. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night, oh, night, when Christ was born. Oh, night, when divine, oh,
because I'm coming next.
And his gospel chains shall he break, the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise, let all within us praise His holy name. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night, oh, night, oh, night, divine night. Oh, night divine. Thank you.
'Twas the Night Before Christmas by Clement Clark Moore. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them my name.
Now Dancer, now Dasher, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away all.
as dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the house, top the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry, his droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow.
The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Christmas Dog by Shel Silverstein. Today is my first night as a watchdog, and here it's Christmas Eve. The children are sleeping, all cozy upstairs, while I'm guarding the stockings and tree. What's that now? Footsteps on the rooftop. Could it be a cat or a mouse? Who's this down the chimney? A thief with a beard and a big sack for robbing the house? I'm barking, I'm growling, I'm biting his butt. He howls and jumps back in his sleigh. I scare his strange horses. They leap in the air. I frighten the whole bunch away. Now the house is all peaceful and quiet again. The stockings are safe as can be. Won't the kiddies be glad when they wake up tomorrow and see how I've guarded the tree? Thank you.
Ring Out Wild Bells, an excerpt from In Memoriam by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Ring out wild bells to the wild sky, the flying cloud, the frosty light. The year is dying in the night. Ring out wild bells and let him die.
Ring out the old, ring in the new. Ring happy bells across the snow. The year is going, let him go. Ring out the false, ring in the true.
Ring out the grief that saps the mind. For those that hear, we see no more. Ring out the feud of rich and poor. Ring in redress to all mankind.
Ring out a slowly dying cause and ancient forms of party strife. Ring in the nobler modes of life with sweeter manners, purer laws.
Ring out the want, the care, the sin, the faithless coldness of the times. Ring out, my mournful rhymes, but ring the fuller minstrel in.
Ring out false pride in place and blood, the civic slander and the spite. Ring in the love of truth and right. Ring in the common love of good.
Ring out all shapes of foul disease. Ring out the narrowing lust of gold. Ring out the 1,000 wars of old. Ring in the 1,000 years of peace.
Ring in the valiant man and free, the larger heart, the kindlier hand. Ring out the darkness of the land. Ring in the Christ that is to be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
by Louisa May Alcott. In the rush of the early morning, when the red burns through the gray, and the wintry world lies waiting for the glory of the day, then we hear a fitful rustling. Just without upon the stair, see two small white phantoms coming, catch the gleam of sunny hair.
Are they Christmas fairies stealing rows of little socks to fill? Are they angels floating hither with their message of goodwill? What sweet spell are these elves breathing, as like larks they chirp and sing? Are these palms of peace from heaven that these lovely spirits bring?
Rosy feet upon the threshold, eager faces peeping through, with the first red ray of sunshine, chanting cherubs come in view. Mistles and gleaming holly, symbols of a blessed day, in their chubby hands they carry, streaming all along the way.
Well, we know them, never weary of this innocent surprise, waiting, watching, listening always, with full hearts and tender eyes. While our little household angels, white and golden in the sun, greet us with the sweet old welcome. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Santa Baby by Yota Kate.
Santa baby, just make a sable under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, a 21 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Think of all the fun I've missed. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Santa baby, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lot. Been an angel all year, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa honey, one little thing I really need, a deed to a platinum mine, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa cutie, and fill my stocking with a duplex and checks. Sign your X on the line, Santa baby, and hurry down the chimney tonight. Come and trim my Christmas tree with some decorations bought at Tiffany. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. Santa baby, forgot to mention one little thing, a ring. I don't mean on the phone, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry tonight. Thank you.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch who lived just north of Whoville did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why, no one quite knows the reason.
It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Whos.
Staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm lighted windows below in the town, for he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here.
Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming, I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. But tomorrow he knew all the Who girls and boys would wake up bright and early. They'd rush for their toys.
And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. Then they'd stand hand in hand and the Whos would start singing. They'd sing and they'd sing and they'd sing, 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 sing.
And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea, an awful idea.
The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat. And he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. And he chuckled and clucked, what a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like St. Nick. All I need is a reindeer, the Grinch looked around. But since reindeer is scarce, there were none to be found.
When he came to the first little house in the square, this is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row.
These stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns and plums.
And he stuffed them in bags. And the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. Then he cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash.
Why, the Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove. And he went to the chimney and he stuffed the tree up. And the last thing he took was the log for their fire.
Pooh-pooh to the Who's, he was Grinchishly humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, hoo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear and did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low and it started to grow, but the sound wasn't sad. The sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry very.
He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same.
It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day.
And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch carved the roast beast. Thank you.
Thank you.
Santa's Helper by Shel Silverstein. I used to be Santa's helper, but I got fired tonight just because I broke the music box by winding the spring too tight. Just because I tried all the bicycles and licked all the candy canes. Just because I dropped those porcelain dolls down from the Tinker Toy crane. And just because I drove the electric train so fast it jumped the rails and wiped that purple finger paint all over the sailboat sails. Just because I squeezed that little stuffed dog till he gave a little stuck yelp. Santa had the nerve to say I wasn't too much help. Snowball. I made myself a snowball, as perfect as could be. I thought I'd keep it as a pet and let it sleep with me. I made it some pajamas and a pillow for its head. And then, last night, it ran away. But first it wet the bed. Thank you.
Christmas by Dave Calder. Well, I suppose I should be grateful. You've obviously gone through a lot of trouble and expense, or maybe off your head. Yes, I did like the birds. The small ones, anyway, were fun. It was messy. But now the hens have roosted on my bed, and the rest are nested on the wardrobe. It's hard to sleep with all that cooing, let alone the cackling of the geese whose eggs are everywhere, but mostly in a broken, smelly heap on the sofa. No, why should I mind? I can't find peace anywhere. The lounge is full of and sprawling lords crashed out from manic leaping. The kitchen is crammed with milkmaids and enough sour milk to last a year. The pipers, I'd forgotten. They were no trouble. I paid them and they went. But I can't get rid of these young ladies. They won't stop dancing or turn the music down. And they're always in the bathroom, squealing as they skid across the flooded floor. No, I don't need a plum around. It's just the swans. Where else can they swim? Poor things. I think they're going mad, like me. When I went to wash my hands, one ate the soap and another swallowed the gold rings. And the pear tree died. Too dry. So thanks for nothing, love. Thank you.
Help Wanted by Timothy Talker. Santa needs India. The first bunch has grown old. Dasher has arthritis. Comet hates the cold. Prancer's sick of staring at Dancer's big behind. Cupid married Blitzen, and Donner's lost his mind. Dancer's mad at Vixen for stepping on his toes. Vixen's being thrown out. She laughed at Rudolph's nose. If you are a sailor, we hope you will apply. There is just one tricky part. You must know how to fly.
A 21st century visit from Santa.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was sleeping, not pet, child, or spouse. The people were tossing and turning in beds, with visions of bills dancing round in their heads. Their wood chairs were stacked in the fireplace by threes. If it burns through the night, then the family won't freeze.
Then out on the street, they heard glass start to shatter. They jumped up in fright with their teeth all a chatter. They peeked out their windows and under the stars saw a red-suited fat man repossessing their cars. He tied each to his sled and affixed them with chains. Then he plopped in on his seat and snapped with his reins. On Beamer, on Caddy, on Lexus and Ford, on Volvo, on Prius, on Honda Accord.
Then off did he fly like a lumbering float. But not before he texted this note. Beware, dear America, for you've not seen the light. You still think the good life is your natural birthright. Thanks to the internet access, the world's grown quite small. The windows are open where once there were walls. The earth may look round, but it's flattening fast, and those now in first place may soon be in last.
Study science and math, learn a skill that is new. If you don't, your job prospects are sure to be few. Your Santa's been outsourced. I'm a Bangalore gnome. Your bank has just emailed. They foreclosed on your home. And not long ago, your boss faxed to say, you've just lost your job and your 401k. Then off in the distance, we heard him opine.
There are millions in Asia now standing in line. Merry Christmas to all, and to all lots of luck. Take heed of my words or you won't have any turkey or duck.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang that shining star up on the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Won't you have yourself a merry little Christmas now? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My brother and I will be playing a famous Christmas carol. This Christmas carol has a slight variation that we both made. This variation was inspired by one of our favorite singers. He goes by the name Freddie Mercury. And ladies and gentlemen, Freddie's White Christmas.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the one I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear
Thank you. Here's Jingle Bell Rock for you. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in a jingling feet, that's the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time, it's a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around, mix and mingle in a jingling beat. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the Jingle Bell Rock. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is Christmas. And what have you done? Another year over, and a new one just begun. And so this is Christmas. I hope you have fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. And so this is Christmas, for weak and for strong, the rich and the poor ones. The road is so long, and so happy Christmas for black and for white, for the yellow and red ones. Let's stop all the fight. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear.
The first Noel, the angel did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields as they lay, keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born Born is the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Nowhere, 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 born is the King of Israel, and by the light of that same star, 3 wise men came from country far to seek for a king was their intent, and to follow the star wherever it went. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Sure. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding and bring it right here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring it right here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some out here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I'd like to introduce the cast. Amira and Dhruv. Everyone can now unmute and clap, please.
Everyone.
We'll see William. Thank you. Maitreyi Kumar. Concha.
Well done, boys.
Nigat, Nikki, Rollins, Adhika Pangera, Vidya. Vidya ready? Amrita Bebur Sen.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Nirupa Sundaravadanan. Samantha Ilvi. Anybody?
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Anne.
Thanks.
And Ravi Katari. Yazid Katari.